Right, boys, so we are here today with another video on the channel. I don't do these long form videos enough, so let's crack on. What we've got here today is we have got strikers in world football tier list. So the tiers go as follows. Up there with the best ever, these are like the greatest. They could have an argument to be the best, or maybe, let's say, top 10, top 5 of all time. World class, which is reserved for, obviously, the tier below, the very best ever, but really, really top draw strikers. Good, I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself. Just good. Whoever's good. Average doesn't mean like bad. It just means just people who are just all right, I suppose. They're just the one below good. And overrated will clearly be the ones who people think or tend to think are really good, but they're just not that great. Obviously, to be on this list, you've got to be a professional footballer, so you're going to be good to a degree. But there will be some that I will definitely put in as overrated. So let's see what we've got. So first off, we have got Lever. I mean, anything other than up there with the best ever is just wrong. It's just wrong. Lever is absolutely top drawer. He scores pretty much a goal a game. You can't argue with that. He's done it for 10, 15 years. He is the man. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, he's top scored in the Prem before, and he has been brilliant. He was unplayable at times, sometimes. I'm going to go world class with him because obviously he's not world class now, but he has been. He has been for sure. Lacazette. Ooh. I mean, he was almost top scorer in the league this year. He's been good at Arsenal. He was great before he went to Arsenal, but I can't put him on the same plane as Pierre-Emerick, unfortunately. So I'm going to put him in good. He's had really good spells in his career, but I'd say overall he was just good. Benzema's got to be up there. In fact, I might even put him above Lever. I'm going to put him above Lever. He's just got way more to his game, plus he can score 40 a season, so I don't think there's going to be any debate with putting Benzema in up there with the best ever. Harry Kane, I'd have him right up there as well, but I'm going to put him at the top of world class. I really like Harry Kane. I mean, he can do everything. He can score goals. He can drop back into the pockets, link up play, spray balls, as good as anyone really. But he is just lacking the career accolades really, and he's just lacks. He's got the goals, he's got everything to his game. He's just never won a trophy of note, and he's 29, 30 now. Maybe he'll move on. I'm hoping he's gonna go somewhere good. Like, he could replace Benzema at Real Madrid, but I can't see it because he wants the Prem record. I can see him going Man United, and I think that'd be a great move for him, to be fair. Heung-min Son. Ooh. Now, I think he is probably the only Asian player I've ever seen who is genuinely absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to put him in world class, the bottom of world class. I'd put him somewhere in between these two, to be completely honest, because he is good, but he has been world class at times. So Bobby Firmino, I think anything other than just below Kane is the wrong answer. He's absolutely top draw. He might have lacked on goals over the years, but he scores important goals. He pops up and he scores the clutch goals. But doesn't score enough, but he's still absolutely fantastic footballer. He was a massive cog in that Liverpool front three, so you've got to give him the respect he deserves. Mertens, I'd go with average. Just go with average. So who's up next? Kylian Mbappe. Ooh, he's only still, 23, 24. I'm putting him up there. Or am I? I don't know. I think he's going to go there. I'm going to put him at the top of world class because I think he is the best player in the world at the minute. But just lack of years are against him at the minute, but that's not his fault. He can only be as old as he is. So it is what it is. I'm going to put him top of world class, and I might revisit that and put him at the bottom of up there with the best ever when it comes to it. Edison Cavani, wow, what a career he's had. He's got to go in world class, but I'm just thinking where. I'm going to put him in between. Oh no, I'm going to put him above Bobby. He scored way too many goals to not be where he should deserve to be there. Icardi, I'm going to go overrated because he was very, very good at Inter. I mean, PSG, there was obviously a problem there where they didn't fancy him or something like that. It just didn't work out, and he's scoring goals again in Turkey, but for a player of his ilk, from what he was, what he could have been, what he should have been, that's not good enough, is it? That's not good enough. Memphis. Ooh, I like Memphis, but I don't know if he's overrated because people like him a lot. So I'm just going to go for good. I'm going to go good. I think it'd be unfair put him in anything other than good. Go Alcacer. I'd say average. He did have a couple of decent seasons in Spain and in Germany, but other than that, nah. I'd say he was just an average striker. Timo Werner. You see, I'm a big fan of Timo Werner. I mean, he struggled at Chelsea, but he was always a threat. He was always dangerous because of how direct he is, how fast he is. He lacked in the finishing on that year. But he's gone back to Germany and he's doing bits again. I'm going to put him in good. I'm going to put him above Memphis. I think he's better than Memphis. Romelu Lukaku. Ooh. You see, other than the odd spell in his career, he's been brilliant. So I think you've got to put him in world class. I'm going to put him above Pierre. Oh, am I? Yeah. I'm going to put him there. That'll do me. Romelu has been world class for the majority of his career, so I can take that. Marcus Rashford, I think he's one of the best players in the world this year off how he's played, but you've got to take into consideration the others, so I'm going to put him at the top of good. That might be controversial, but he's a purple patch, he's a streaky player. When he's good, but when he's bad, he does not offer anything. Jamie Vardy, I'm going to sandwich him in between Lacazette and Timo because Jamie Vardy scored goals at every single level of his career. Won the Prem. He was one of the best, if not the best striker in the league at that year. You got to give him some respect. Raul Jimenez. Ooh, I think he's overrated. When he come in at like 30 million or, late 20 millions to Wolves and everyone was saying that he got a great player, he's a good player, but he's overrated in comparison to the price he paid, in my opinion. And I've never really seen him and thought, wow, what a player. That's a 30 mil striker, but he's not a bad footballer. He doesn't score enough. He doesn't offer enough for that price tag. So I'm going to go overrated. Sergio Aguero. Ooh. He's got to go in world class. I wouldn't say he was up there with the best ever. He'd be up there with the best ever Prem strikers, but not in terms of world football for me. Gabriel Jesus. Jesus is very good, but I don't know. I'm going to put Jesus at top of good, just above Rashford, just because he's a bit more consistent and, he's a really good player. Diego Costa, wow. What a player he was. You know what? I'm going to put him in between there. Costa at Chelsea was unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. I think that's only fair for putting him there. He might even be better than a few above him. We're talking very peaks. His peak was brilliant, but no. Now, I'll leave him there. I'm happy with that. Morata. It's got to be overrated. I don't think he's average because I think he is a bit better than average because he wouldn't have all the teams he's played for if he was average. But the teams he's had, his resume, his CV suggests he should be brilliant, and I don't think he is. Although he was very good at Chelsea at the start. I can remember when they played Stoke and I went down and watched and he scored 4 and he was unplayable. But overall, the fact he's had so many big clubs, cost a lot of money to a lot of people, I think he's a bit overrated. Griezmann. See, I don't get the love in for Griezmann. I think he's a very good footballer, but some people will say he's way better than this. I had one the other day, someone saying he was better than Kane, and I don't think anyone is taking Griezmann as a striker over Kane, but he is really, he's played his part in winning a lot of things. I'm going to put him in there. I'll put him in world class because he has been world class at times, and I'm sure he had a Ballon d'Or worthy year. Not worthy because obviously he will have lost out to Ronnie or Messi or someone of that ilk, but he had a really good year at one point. So I'll put him in there. I think that's fair. Luis Suarez is going right to the very, very, very top. He is the best striker on this list for me. Absolutely. The best number 9 ever after R9 of all time. Well, maybe not of all time, but in my generation. Nothing else to be said. Luis Suarez, absolutely stunning footballer. Inaki Williams, I'm going to put him in average in between there. I think he's good. On his day, he's good because he's got the pace, he's got the explosiveness, he's got the power. But other than that, there's a reason why he stayed at Bilbao. I don't think there probably has been a bit of interest over the years when he's had a particularly good year, but for me, I'll just go average. Average doesn't mean bad, it just means in comparison to the rest of the list. Edin Dzeko. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put Edin Dzeko in there. I think Edin Dzeko has been, the fact he's still scoring loads of goals now at 35, maybe 36, just shows how good of a player he is. He was good at City. He's been good everywhere he's been. Literally, Edin Dzeko is really, really good. Lorenzo Insigne, I think he's good. I think I'm going to go good for him. I just don't know where. Insigne, I think I'm going to stick him behind Vardy. I think that's fair. I think the 4 I put above him have just been better for longer. Overall, he might have had like his good moments over his career, but nothing really special for me there. Zlatan. Ooh, I think Zlatan might have to go to the very top of world class. I think he has to. I think there's no other. I can't put him up there with the best ever, although he would be on the cusp, I would say, in between world class and the top tier. But for now, for now it's not going to change because he's just retired as well. But I'd put him at the very top of world class. Like he was stunning. Gonzalo Higuain. Now, he scored shitloads of goals in his career as well. I think I have to put him. I'm going to sandwich him in between. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go in between Jacko and Romelu because people forget how good Higuain was because he missed loads of big chances for like win Argentina tournaments. But I mean, he was a 40-goal-a-season striker at Napoli, Juve. You just can't forget that kind of stuff. Ciro Immobile. As much as I don't really know much about Immobile, because he's one of them players who scores 30 goals a season every time, but every time I watch him, say it's only once, twice a season, he just doesn't do anything. But you can't argue with his goals, so I think if you've got Son in there, I think you've got to put him a little bit above, because he's a 30-goal-a-season striker. Tammy Abraham, very, very good striker, but where does he go? Because these have got a career. You know what? I'm going to put him in. I'm going to sandwich him just in between Vardy and Insigne. I think that's fair. I'm not actually too upset with this list. I'm just looking around to see if I can switch anyone. Maybe I'd put Zlatan at the back up there with the best ever, but other than that, I think this is a pretty decent list. Not bad at all. So if you enjoyed this video, boys, leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below if you would change anyone, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll do more videos like this if people like seeing it. So until next time, peace.